Awesome, dude. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good. I've been doing basically nothing all day.
Really? Enjoying the
Yeah,
weekend?
dude, that's what I do basically every weekend. I don't do
What's that?
anything.
Just kind of hang
Uh,
out and chill.
yeah, basically, I,
Nice,
I
man.
I drop my fiance off at work in the morning and then come home and zone out, kind of just surfing the net or watching
Just
TV and stuff. Yeah,
heck yeah, man. Nothing wrong with that. Just taking it easy. You know what I mean?
right.
Where are you from, man?
Um, I live in Charlottesville, Virginia right now.
Okay.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh.
Oh, no kidding.
Mhm.
Okay. I live up towards Erie, along Lake Erie, so about an hour and a half north of Pittsburgh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. Nice, dude. And
So
yeah.
the area and everything at least then.
Yeah, fairly. Yeah. As far the south I've ever been is West Virginia. Um,
Okay.
so which that's it's beautiful country down there, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if Virginia is similar or not.
It's it's a bit different. Charlottesville's like its own little community from like the rest of Virginia. Like
Okay.
you know how like the South is, like it's just
Yeah, dude.
the South, right?
You're right.
And then you get into like Charlottesville and it's just progressive central.
Enough, Miley. So I apologize. My dog's barking at something. Enough. Um, that's cool, man. So so you have your own podcast and stuff. So what is it kind of, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. And don't be afraid to ask me questions as well. You know what I mean? Kind of a swap.
So I have two podcasts now. I
Okay.
my the one I originally started was basically just something I haven't been keeping up with it at all. The one I've been doing now is called Past the Rabbit Hole, and it's basically just a complete nosedive and just to everything conspiracy
Oh,
related.
dude, heck yeah. That's what I'm all about, man. I am
Yeah,
all about the conspiracy theories, man.
yeah, and yeah, for about I'd say about 30 days, I did an episode a day. Like I'd record one going on into work, come home, edit it, upload it, and then just keep repeating it. And
Just
dude,
kind
doing
of just
one
kind of spilling the knowledge on everything that is kind of going on or what things like that.
basically, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or something I stumbled across or something I thought was interesting in kind of that realm. Like have you heard of this Reddit subreddit called uh throwaway alien? It's about this prediction that supposedly aliens are supposed to come and reveal themselves actually tomorrow.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's
I
about
have
this
not heard
guy.
about that.
It's about this guy that got abducted, went like starting back in I think like the 80s or something around there, and back in 2013 he came on Reddit and started spewing all this stuff about them and a prediction date for July 18th, 2021, where they're supposedly coming down and revealing themselves and nothing anyone can do about it. And the only
Interesting.
reason I got like really intrigued with it was like this happened like almost a decade ago, where this dude came out and was like, yeah, so this is what's going to happen. This happened almost 10 years ago. This is kind of cool. Like it wasn't just, because the whole shit show that happened in 2020,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Yeah, man, absolutely. 2020 was a strange year. It
Oh my
was.
God.
There's
Yeah.
so much going on, man, and I don't know where you kind of stand with everything going on. But with like aliens and stuff, what do you make of like extraterrestrial, events that are happening around the world? With the government and this release and everything. What do you kind of make of like the whole extraterrestrial situation? You know what I mean?
Dude, 100%. I think they know more than they're letting on.
For sure.
Definitely.
I
Like,
can agree more.
I read that, what was it, like it was like, what, 9 pages of that disclosure document or whatever they released back in it was like the middle of June, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, last
Yeah.
month, a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. God, time flies.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I read that. I'm like, this is all you have to say is one thing you were able to identify as a weather balloon of all things. You went back to it being a weather balloon. And then everything else, you're like, oh, we have absolutely no idea, you know?
Right. It's like
okay.
It's like they don't, you know, and I was listening to Tinfoil Hat podcast this morning, and I don't know if you're into that podcast at all.
I love Sam Tripoli.
So do I, man. I love his show because, you know, the Tinfoil Hat conspiracy podcast, it brings a little humor into it because when you start going down that rabbit hole, man, it can get, you know, it can get dark, dude.
It does.
It really does. And he kind of keeps the humor into it a little bit, you know. But interesting topic they were talking about this morning was kind of like the extraterrestrial disclosure event and how much of it is manufactured to get us to think a certain way or respond a certain way, and how much of it is like authentic and like actual aliens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, who knows, man? But they brought up the idea that, like, you know, Space Force that Trump had started, and how that kind of is a vehicle now for a way to just pump money into, you know, battling aliens or whatever, you know,
whatever.
Yeah, man. It's just interesting to think about. And, you know, I do believe in aliens. I'm convinced I've seen UFOs and things like that. Mm-hmm. But actually
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine, man. Go ahead.
But actually, I was visiting Pittsburgh it's probably about a year ago, exactly around now. I was coming back on, I think it was Route 48 through like the mountains in West Virginia. It was around like 10 o'clock at night. And I saw this UFO in like the middle of nowhere. It was this triangular, like weird triangle thing. That's the best way I could describe it, with a bunch of weird lights on it. And it was so weird because when I was driving, this possum jumps out in the middle of the road. I almost hit it, and then another one jumps out.
No kidding.
And then the triangle thing pops up in the sky, hangs out there for a second, blips away, and then another one jumps out in front of my car.
Really?
The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. And that's the only experience I've ever had with them.
No kidding. What was your like thoughts when you first saw that? Like, were you like, holy freaking crap, that is a UFO, you know?
Dude, honestly, what's really weird about it is the fact that it's actually hard to remember the whole like thing about it, like the whole experience. Like when I try to actually picture what's going on, it's just kind of like, okay, this is what you saw, but it's this weird kind of, I can't exactly picture what actually went on. I know I saw a triangle, but I can't picture exactly what the triangle looked like.
Right.
The best way I could describe it is think of something from like The Fifth Element.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, what is it with like the triangles and like, you know, like the triangle UFOs, the symbolism with pyramids, you know what I mean? Have you noticed like a kind of like a coincidence with like, you know, all the triangle symbolism? It's just kind of strange to me, you know.
I've noticed they've been popping up more and more recently too.
Yeah.
Like before it was just little glowing dots or something along those lines in the sky. Now everyone's seeing triangles everywhere. Mm-hmm. That was like, I saw this before. I feel like triangles started popping up everywhere too. And then all of a sudden triangles started popping up over the next year or so. And it was just, or maybe it was like the beginning of the whole triangle coming out of nowhere, but I don't know what the whole meaning of triangles are though.
It's hard to say, man. It's like, you know, has it been hidden from us? Like this, dude, there's been so much that's been hidden from us, I believe, you know?
Oh yeah.
But 4th of July night, I was out fishing with my family on Pymatuming Lake, which is up close. It's a small lake up here, but we were out fishing on.
I know Pymatuming.
Do you? No kidding. What a small world. Holy
right?
We were out fishing though, and I looked up, and it was late. It was probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I saw these lights in the form of a triangle. And just the first one I thought was moving, and it was going really slow. I was like, is that moving, or is it clouds, kind of creating an illusion? No, it was moving. And then all of a sudden the other two started following it. And they weren't moving at first. Like the first one started moving, it caught my attention, and then I saw the other two start following it. It was wild, man. And that
would have been cool to see too.
It was cool to see, man. It really was.
I've had a couple friends who have seen Starlink in the sky. Elon Musk's goofy internet satellites.
Yeah.
They said it's the craziest thing. It's just like a train of little blinking lights that just go in the sky, and it's hundreds of them sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Just like it's like a string of lights, one after another. But the question I have is that really Starlink? Yeah. Is it? And I don't know, man, because I don't know how you feel about Elon Musk, but me personally, dude, there's something off about that guy.
Honestly, I think if you have a lot of money, you're probably into some shit that you shouldn't be.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Just from like watching a few of his interviews, though, it's like, he definitely acts strange, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, like, because I understand that like super intelligent people can be like kind of socially awkward, when doing interviews and things like that. But, he talks about this brain Neuralink and uploading, and like, dude, my buddy and I were talking, like, we think that he already did it. Like we're convinced he's already uploaded himself to whatever he's trying to get everybody to do,
I mean, I'm totally, if somebody wants to upload their consciousness at some point and live forever, I'm totally on board with that. But if it ends up getting to a point where it ends up being, so this is what we're doing now, you got to do it. Sorry.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Like, you don't have a say in it. This is what we're doing now. This is getting installed in your brain. That's a whole different kit and caboodle.
That is,
though,
It really is.
If somebody wants to do that, more power to them. I'm all about, just, choice, basically.
For sure,
right?
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm in the same boat. So on your profile, it says you print t-shirt, you like screen print t-shirts?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, do you make your own designs and things like that?
I can, but we basically just do stuff for we really do stuff for our biggest customers is a company called BSN Sports. They put orders in for like schools.
Oh, okay.
Little leagues. God, I don't even know. I think there was one for like some ice cream shop that I did yesterday.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So it's just tons of little, like mainly sports teams, honestly, tons and tons of sports teams. And my boss, the owner, he also has a clothing company too that he does like for colleges and other stuff. But we also do anyone can put an order in though too. So I mean, but mainly it's just for like local sports teams and stuff along those lines.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's pretty cool though, man. When I read that, I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I've been trying to come up with my own designs for some shirts and things like that. And it is what it is, man. But I wanted to ask you about it. So.
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 7 years now. It's it's really the only job that's ever clicked with me. It's like artsy and it's just fun. It's a labor job that's not really like a labor job,
Right, for sure, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just more fun than doing anything else, because sometimes you go in, it's like really busy, and then it slows down, gets really busy, or sometimes you just go in and dick around for 8 hours.
Right.
Like
that's funny.
Like last week we didn't really have much to do, so we basically just messed around and printed a bunch of shirts for ourselves. Like,
heck yeah, that's awesome, man.
Like, right?
It's like a good day.
Right? Our boss asked us to pick out a bunch of shirts that we wanted, and he's like, well, here's a bunch of designs from the company. Just put them on however you want. We don't really have anything to do today, so have fun.
Well, that's awesome.
Right?
Heck yeah. So by day you kind of print shirts and stuff. So what do you do in your spare time, man? What do you what are some of your hobbies?
Weekends I play video games with my buddy from Japan.
Hell yeah, dude. That's freaking awesome, dude.
Right?
That's freaking awesome.
Dude, the story's great. He met his wife from over there through English or Japanese class, and they ended up clicking, and he eventually moved over there, and now they live over in Japan.
No kidding,
dude. It's crazy. Like it's literally a story, like a fairy tale story.
Yeah,
like you could probably write a story about them and sell it.
Heck yeah, that's yeah. So did you know him like growing up then, and then like okay,
yeah, we went to school together, and one day he's just like, hey man, I'm moving to Japan. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm going to move over there and get married. I'm like, oh no. You met one of those
mail order.
Yep. That's what I thought it was. And honestly, I thought it was for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because he always said, yeah, I met this girl over there. We're going to get married. I'm like, okay. And then after he moved, they came over to visit, and I finally met her. I'm like, oh my God, it's real.
Right? That's so cool, man. That's so cool, man. That's not something you hear about every day,
No.
What kind of games do you play? What console do you play on?
I play on an Xbox. He plays on PC, but we always try to match up whatever we can that's cross-platform.
Xbox One?
What's not the newest one, the gen right before it?
Xbox.
I think that is one. Yeah,
dude, you have to add me on there. My gamer tag Swordfire X5.
Okay,
find me.
That's actually pretty easy to remember. I'll add you but we play like Halo, sometime Sea of Thieves and stuff.
Okay. Nice, dude.
We've been trying to get Borderlands 3 to work, because I guess they just updated it so you can play with consoles and PC now, but whatever they did, they screwed everything up. I guess no one can play together anymore, it seems like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we've been looking up what the issue is, and it seems everyone's complaining about not even being able to play with anyone anymore. It's like
they screw up those cross.
Oh yeah,
they're hard, man. They're hard to do.
Yeah.
I know I got a couple of friends that are on the PS5s and PS4s and things like that. It'd be cool to play with them, but I just there's not many games unless it's like Call of Duty or some of those cross-platform ones.
Yeah.
But I really get into like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh my God, yes.
I can kick some ass on Star Wars Battlefront 2, man. And I like to play Skyrim. That's a classic,
Oh yeah.
And what's another? Oh, I play some GTA too. So. Which
GTA,
that
you can never go wrong.
It's so toxic though. It's
bad,
man.
You can't go wrong with it though. I mean, I remember when GTA 3 came out, and game changer, dude. Game changer.
I don't know if I remember that one. That wasn't San Andreas, was it?
No, that was like,
because I do remember San Andreas.
2000. I want to say like real early 2000s.
Okay.
And I used to get yelled at all the time for playing it. They're like, that game's bad. I'm like, but it's fun. You get to kill hookers.
That's funny. It is a fun game, man. Until I go on there, and then there's like all these like 12-year-old kids
oh my God,
completely like, they ruined the whole game for me. I just be minding my own business, and they just come along with these decked out rides and just completely destroy you, corner you in, and it's so toxic. But Battlefront 2, man, I could really get down with some Star Wars, and really kick some ass on that game. So
I think we were talking about playing that one time actually, and I just never got it for some reason.
Oh man, you're missing out, dude, because it is fun, dude. And a lot of people still play it.
Really?
Yeah, even though they quit doing updates on it like last year, I think, but there's still a lot of people that still play it.
We used to back like years ago, me and a couple of my friends used to, like, every weekend we'd go up to his house and just have over there like system link parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you bring up 2 systems and just play and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to do that almost like every week. And there was a point that we were playing Battlefront for probably like a good month or 2.
No kidding. On the PS2?
Probably.
Yeah. That was a good
I think.
game. Well,
I don't remember what systems we had. I know it might have been, I don't know if, I know we did place, it's probably both, man. We had so many systems.
No doubt. Are you a Star Wars guy yourself, or are you?
Oh man, I love Star Wars. I got so into it over the whole lockdown. Like, I watched everything. Watched all the movies again, and watched all the series, everything.
Heck yeah.
I love it.
Did you grow up with it?
Not really, but for the most part, I mean, I grew up on sci-fi and stuff like that. Like,
right.
I grew up on old Godzilla movies.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Right? So all the Godzilla movies have a special place in my heart.
Heck yeah. Have you seen the new one yet?
Yeah. That one, I like all the new ones. I think they're dope.
See, I haven't watched the new one yet. I haven't seen it. I watched the last, I can't remember. It came out a couple years ago. I can't remember what it was called.
I think it was just
it made
King of Monsters. King of Monsters, I think, was the last Godzilla one. I think is Godzilla vs. Kong. I think that's what this one is.
It is, yep. Yeah. I watched Godzilla King of the Beasts or King of the Monsters or whatever, and I was completely lost. I had no idea what was going on in that movie at all, man. But hey, I love like the whole Godzilla, like it's its own thing, man. You know what I mean? If you're a Godzilla fan, you're a Godzilla fan for life.
Oh yeah.
So
I liked how the older, huh?
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask you how old you are.
Oh, I'm 30.
Oh, okay, so am I.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I like the older ones because I felt like they weren't. You didn't have to watch them all in like a certain order. How like the new ones, if you missed ones, like what's kind of going on,
Yeah.
But the new one's cool because it implements like Hollow Earth and stuff like that.
Right on.
I was like, that's cool.
Dude, I don't know where you stand with Hollow Earth, but I believe the Earth is like hollow. Not like 100% hollow, but like definitely some cavities where I think there's things living in the Earth for sure.
Dude, I could see it, but I could totally see stuff like that. But like the whole theory where the entire inside's completely hollowed out, no. But I mean, like hidden like tunnels and stuff like that, definitely. Like, yeah.
There's like I feel like there's a certain element of truth like to movies like Journey to the Center of the Earth. You know what I mean? And I feel like those are based on truth, just a lot of these old like stories and fairy tales and things like that. I feel like based on a truth that has kind of been lost. And same thing with like Atlantis, dude. Like I think Atlantis is in Antarctica. That's my, the conclusion I've come to, that it's under the ice in Antarctica. And
well, I mean, you have to think of it. Myths have to have started somewhere, right? Because most stories don't just get pulled out of, thin air. There's usually some hint of truth behind everything. Given even after a certain amount of time, they get distorted to a certain amount, like playing the whole, telephone game, you tell one person something, by the time it gets back to you, it's something different.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so I mean, I think like a lot of like the myths about like monsters and stuff like that, like Atlantis and things like that, I feel like they came from some form of like reality. There was something actually there, like something actually happened. It might not be exactly what we're hearing now,
Mm-hmm.
but there's probably something behind it because
That's
I
fair.
don't think there's going to be someone that was just sitting there one day going, huh. So there was a big earthquake and this piece of land dropped off and fell into the middle of the ocean. Sounds good. I'm going to start telling everybody this. I mean, I don't see something happening like that.
Right. Me,
you know?
No, me either.
And it just, and I actually went on a giant rant about this on one of the episodes on my podcast about this. I just took off on it. I was like, so how about dragons? Like, think of it. What if someone like back in the like years and years and years, hundreds of years ago, for dragons, they saw a Komodo dragon and someone was like, oh shit, look, I saw a big ass lizard. And over time, it just got construed to a dragon.
Right.
You know, like something along those lines. It's not technically lying or, making something up. So it just got distorted over a long period of time.
Or there was actually freaking dragons
right.
flying around, man, breathing fire on villages and stuff like
right.
that. Could be also the truth.
I would definitely be more excited for that. Even if they didn't breathe fire, I would love to see a flying lizard. I mean, we have flying lizards, but they're real tiny now.
We do? There's flying lizards?
Yeah, I think there's flying lizards, right?
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure there's flying. Yeah, they have like
flying
little,
lizards. I'm getting
wings,
one, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's flying lizards.
Heck yeah.
I'm not sure if they're called flying lizards. Yeah, there's flying lizards.
I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'm gonna have to put an order in for one flying lizard because that would be freaking awesome,
right?
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure they're tiny too.
Yeah, I think I might have seen a picture. I think I might know what you're talking about. It's like yeah, dude, that's crazy. What is the name of your podcast? I don't know if you mentioned that. Maybe you did.
The one where I basically just invite people on and just BS about basically what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's called the Rosh Joberts Show.
Okay.
And my conspiracy one's called Past the Rabbit Hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. I'm gonna have to check those out, dude.
Yeah, I have so many of the conspiracy one, man. I'm like up to 44 or 45 now.
That's freaking awesome, man. That's
ridiculous.
That's a good run, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what got you all started into wanting to do like a podcast. I don't know if it was the 2020 year. That's kind of what started it for me. And I did not realize that like pretty much everybody was starting podcasts last year.
Oh yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't know. I had no idea, man. It just kind of was an idea that popped in my head one day. I was like, I want to start talking to people like Sam Tripoli does on Tinfoil Hat,
right?
And kind of get into that conspiracy a little bit. And there's good reason for that because there was so much shit going on, last year. But is that kind of what did it for you? Was just kind of the whole quarantine life, sort of?
Partly, yeah. I mean, it just honestly a big part of it was it just gave me something else to do besides watch TV and stuff and play video games. It gave me it gave me a hobby for the most part, like an actual hobby, something to mess with and take up my time that felt more productive than going, well, I can learn all about this show and rewatch it about 100 times and be able to quote it for the people. Or I could start trying to talk to random people and find out about their lives because I think it could end up getting interesting.
Heck yeah, man. That's
right.
That's kind of why I did it too. I feel like there has been some sort of free speech awakening going on.
Yes.
And not just about politics. I mean, just a need for our voices to be heard and to kind of communicate with people more than we have in the past, kind of build that back up because I feel like it's something we've kind of lost, you know what I mean? Just being able to socialize a little bit. And that was part of the reason I started the podcast. And, dude, I think that's awesome that you're, would you say 45 episodes in on your one? That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. Like, I thoroughly enjoy doing this stuff. Like, I look forward to doing it. And like, the last episode I did, I just started doing, I just decided I'm going to start making video episodes with my other one. Because I was like, well, I can always hide behind the whole, this is just my voice screen, you know?
Right.
You know, have a little bit of anonymity. I can't talk.
I know what you're saying.
I could be a little bit anonymous. But I could do that. Then I was just like, you know what? Whatever. There's probably like 100, like a few hours of me. I don't even know how many. Probably about 100 hours of my dumb voice floating around the airwaves right now. It's like, whatever.
Whatever, why not? You know.
Yeah.
You know what else is interesting about that though is it becomes almost like a virtual journal a little bit.
Yes.
You kind of can go back and watch, and it's interesting to kind of like watch yourself like on YouTube and kind of like watch yourself kind of grow and evolve a little bit. And that makes it a lot of fun too. You know what I mean? As long as you don't get caught up in the pressure of it, you know. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Get pressure. It's like, I want to make a funny episode. I want to do something funny, but you know, maybe that certain day I'm not really feeling it. And you know, on the channel, I just try to kind of keep it as real as possible.
Yeah.
Know? And dude, it, like you said, it's a lot of fun though, man. And it's like, I don't know, man.
It is. It really is. Like,
something going on in the universe that is pushing us to, you know, take it to the next level.
They can't shut all of us up.
That's right, man. That's right.
At least I hope not.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. You know,
no, I think we're good.
Yeah. This whole age of Aquarius thing that I don't know if you are into that or not, that idea of that the universe is kind of moving through a cycle, different cycles, but the whole age of Aquarius and awakening is so obvious to me. You know what I mean? It's so obvious to me that it's been happening. And
I know a little bit about that. I used to be more into like the spiritual side of things, and then don't know really what happened. One day it just kind of like vanished from me, and I'm kind of like paying attention more to it now since I've been like full blown head first going back into like everything's a lie again.
Yeah.
Like,
no, and I get that, dude. And I completely get that. And I was actually just talking to a friend about that today a little bit. It's like, what do you believe? Like, how can you believe anything if you know that the people controlling the media and the shows and the history and the school systems, if you know that it's run by corrupt individuals who are bending it to their narrative, how long have they been doing it? Number one, you know?
Yeah.
And like, what do you believe, you know? So it's one of those things, man, that it almost forces you. I feel like conspiracies lead to spirituality or vice versa. You know what I mean? And dude, you know, hold on. I'm sorry. My brother, he just got me to download this thing called Clubhouse. Have you heard of this thing?
Oh my, yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but it's, you know, freaking me out because it's like on all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know how to, I'm not liking it, dude.
Dude, I got it when it was in, it was still in like the beta mode and everything.
Yeah.
And I probably used it for about 2 weeks and was just like, well, this kind of sucks now.
What is it supposed to be? Is it like,
it's basically like a podcast, social media. You notice how it seems like everywhere is kind of going over to audio now, like how, since there's, like you said, there's been like a podcast boom. Everyone wants to talk instead of type. It's that's basically what it is. They have these rooms where you can go in and they have speakers and listeners, and that's really about it.
Oh, okay.
They hold discussions on things, or I've seen ones where it's like they have stand up in there too.
Okay. It's like a social media chat room.
Basically, yeah.
Return of the freaking AOL Messenger.
Oh my god!
You remember that as a kid, dude?
Yeah.
Freaking
instant messenger. I had a sidekick when I was growing up. So I had AIM with me all the time when I was like 18.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was a very strange time.
It was a very strange time, man. Holy smokes. People out there listening that are younger, probably, what the hell are they even talking about? AOL Instant Messenger. So that was a big deal, man. You know, after you hook up with a dial-up internet, you know, you open up the AOL Instant Messenger and see, you know, baby cakes 1, 2, 3 on there. You know what I mean? Oh, jeez. Yeah, dude.
Oh man, I love NSYNC XOX.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man, all those away messages and everything.
Yeah, good times, man. Good times. But you know, I'm definitely excited to check out your podcast, dude. I've been looking for new ones to get into. I'm excited to hear some of your conspiracy theories on there.
Yeah, some of them are. Towards the beginning, I'd probably bring up how much I love Megalodon for probably about the first 10 episodes, because that's like something I'm basically obsessed with, is that I'm convinced that Megalodon didn't die out. Well, hoping Megalodon didn't die out, because I just want to wake up one day and see a news article going, yacht swallowed by big shark. I guess we were wrong.
All right, we need to rewind a little bit, because I'm not familiar with what is Megalodon.
Oh, it's basically a 60-foot great white shark.
Okay.
It's like the size of a Greyhound bus.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's like a legend or like a myth or something, or is it?
It supposedly died out like 100,000 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And its jaws are, I think, you could fit like a 7-foot person in its jaws and still not.
No kidding.
It's crazy. Nuts. And its teeth are, I think, are bigger than hands. I'm trying to think how big they are. I think like between 5 and 8 inches.
Damn, that's crazy.
You
think he's still swimming around, or?
I highly doubt it, but
dude, who knows?
You can hope.
You know what blows my mind is that we've only discovered 20% of our ocean's floor.
I know, it's insane.
That is insane, man. You know what I mean? That there's that much area in the ocean that we don't know anything about. You know, that's a lot of ground that we cover before we start trying to go to a different planet.
Like back to like the whole myths and everything.
Yeah,
like they definitely saw stuff like that to come up with sea monsters and things. They had to have seen some crazy big creatures in the ocean. It doesn't have to be, I don't know, like actual sea serpents or anything, just something ridiculously big that maybe we haven't seen yet, because we've changed the ocean's changed so much over time from pollution or whatever, and things have possibly died out and just haven't reached the surface, because by the time they get up, something else has eaten it by then. Right. Who knows?
It's wild to think about. Man.
Right? But yeah, I read an article like maybe a month ago about how it couldn't exist because it would have to go down so deep, and how there's not enough food for it to consume. And it just broke my heart. Right.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about anyway.
Yeah, I was like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Have you watched the movie The Meg? Like, what if there's like a film where there's a whole warmer layer on the bottom? You know?
I have not seen that movie, by the way.
It's terrible, man. It's called The Meg. It's with what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Is it Statham. As ridiculous? Is it Jason Statham?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Is it as ridiculous as Sharknado, where there's?
No. It's actually it's pretty watchable compared to Sharknado. Like it's not ridiculous like that. It's just not that good of a movie.
That's fair. Yeah.
When you think of like a shark movie, you expect there to be brutal shark attacks or whatever.
Like Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's just basically a couple scenes of this big ass shark swallowing a boat or swallowing people. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about little Loch Ness Monster?
Dude, I don't know about that thing, man. Like, they've searched it how many times now?
Dude, I don't even know. A lot.
Like, countless. I just think I think it's becoming one of those mass not hysteria, mass
just like
mass illusions or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, where so many people have talked about it. So people have seen things in there that over time everyone's just able to see things in there from a distance, or anytime there's like a little bit of a ripple in there that you might think it's something, but I'm not saying that there isn't anything, or
there's not enough proof to. Yeah, there's not much evidence to point towards.
Yeah, or if there never was anything, there's a possibility there could have been something, but I mean, who knows, right?
Right.
I'm always rooting for, reality instead of, discrediting. Because I always think it'd be more badass to have to find stuff like that, someone actually get a real good picture of a Bigfoot or something like that.
Right.
I would be more excited of that instead of hearing 100% discredited. It's a hoax. I'm like, oh man, that makes me sad.
Yeah, I believe in Bigfoot. I've talked about Bigfoot on the show a couple times. Being an interdimensional being. Mm-hmm. I've never seen one, but I totally believe in like a Sasquatch. And there's some areas up here in Pennsylvania that's supposedly people have seen a Sasquatch running around the woods, Mm-hmm. And that's kind of just my whole thoughts on that. You mentioned Bigfoot, and I wanted to say something.
I've never seen one either, man.
No, I think the only people that see them are like the ones that are like causing trouble in the woods that shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Cutting trees and destroying the forest.
It's like the forest spirit coming to mess with them.
Yeah,
like, hey, don't do that. Yeah,
for sure, dude. Yeah, man, like I said, I am excited to check out your podcast. I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Cool. So, yeah, thank you, man. I really enjoyed doing this.
Me too, man. And I'd love to have you back on the show sometime, dude. And
dude, whenever, man. I'm all about doing this.
Heck yeah, man. It'll be fun. And don't forget to add me on Xbox too, because I look forward to playing some games with you or something, because I jump on there every now and then.
Also, I threw this out there on Twitter about a week ago today. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get together probably 15 people to do a monthly episode thing.
Yeah.
Where we're going to call it the League of Extraordinary A-Holes.
Nice.
And
okay. Okay.
And we're in a Discord channel I made for my podcast, which is basically just non-existent. So I just invited people there so we can start, BSing with each other and get to know each other and everything, and eventually come up with what we want to do with it. But yeah, if you want to be a part of it, you're more than welcome.
Heck yeah, man. I'd love to be.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm just trying to figure out what is going to end up happening with it.
I would totally be down with something like
cool.
that. You have to shoot me the information through my email or whatever.
Yeah, I'll send you.
I don't have a pen. I had one, but one of the cats took it, I think. So
yeah, I'll email you the link and everything.
All right, sweet, man. And
cool.
You said you're on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. What can people find you out on there? What's your handle or your name on there?
If you want to follow my personal account, it's at Rosh Joberts, RoshJoberts, or you could follow my other account for my podcast is at PTRH Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet, man. Heck yeah. I'm excited to check them out.
Awesome.
So, all right, dude. Well, man, it's been fun. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks, man. You too.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll see you.